Once a year, the Grand Prix circuit comes to Dallas. The race is held at an airfield just a few minutes from the headquarters plant of AER Manufacturing, one of the largest remanufacturers of automobile engines in the United States. AER sponsors race cars in many competitions throughout the country each year, including the Dallas Grand Prix. This commitment to excellence in racing, as well as the dedication to the highest standards of automotive performance, is evident throughout the entire AER organization. Every employee, whether a member of a Grand Prix pit crew or a quality control inspector on the manufacturing line, shares the common goal of superior performance. Let's take a look now at this organization, AER Manufacturing. Let's see how it began and how it has grown and prospered. It was back in the mid-1940s when a rather visionary man by the name of Gordon McGraw reasoned that there might be quite a market for remanufactured engines. Not only would they be less expensive than new engines, but there would also be a tremendous savings in raw materials. McGraw began a small operation to remanufacture engines in a garage in Dallas, Texas. He named his company Authorized Engine Rebuilders. Back in those days, the work was all done by hand, without the aid of the sophisticated computer-controlled equipment used today. But one thing remains the same: the care and craftsmanship which goes into each and every engine AER turns out. The process of turning an old, used engine into a virtually new one begins with the arrival of hundreds of used engines at the AER receiving docks. The engines are separated by type and then disassembled. All major components are removed and treated separately. The disassembled engines are loaded into huge, specially designed ovens and baked for up to 9 hours at 700 degrees Fahrenheit. This heat treatment is designed to thoroughly dry any oil deposits within the parts. Next, the major components are placed into specially designed chambers and are blasted with steel shot or glass beads, traveling hundreds of miles per hour. This effectively removes the last traces of dried oil deposits and dirt from the engine parts. As the parts leave the blasters, they travel through a vibrating conveyor which gives them a final shake and removes any fine grit still present. Then the blocks and heads are tested for any microscopic cracks by a magnetic particle device called a magnaflux. While the blocks and heads are being baked and blasted, the crankshafts, camshafts, and valves have been undergoing their own cleaning, polishing, and regrinding process. After each grinding and polishing, all tolerances are checked and rechecked using digital micrometers. Two-stage precision polishers complete the finishing process. Valve faces are ground and polished to tolerances within a 10,000th of an inch. After all critical parts pass a final inspection, they are hand-stamped and certified. The blocks are now ready for boring and honing. Again, this is accomplished by a sophisticated computer-controlled boring machine that can measure the needed diameters of pistons and then select the appropriate cutting tool to precisely rebore the cylinders and heads. The rebored cylinders are then honed and given a special surface to ensure smooth travel of the moving parts. Once all major components have been cleaned, bored, polished, and resurfaced, the reassembly process can begin. Critical engine components are replaced from AER's large inventory of new parts. skilled technicians reinstall pistons, crank and camshafts, valves, rocker arms, and lifters with the same craftsmanship and attention to detail that goes into the racing engines built here at the plant. At every step along the assembly line, tests are made. Compression is checked. Valve springs are checked. Each individual part, distributors, alternators, oil pumps, everything is rigorously checked and tested to ensure trouble-free operation in the future. Once the engines are completely assembled, they are loaded into the spin tester for a running check. After final inspection, each engine is given an identification number. All performance and testing information on every engine is recorded and stored in a computer for future reference. The completed engines are now sent to the paint department where they are spray painted. After drying, the engines are carefully stretch wrapped to protect them during shipment to all parts of the world. The AER plant has the capacity to turn out over 4,000 remanufactured engines per month. Finished engines are stored in a vast warehouse along with thousands of remanufactured parts and accessories. With its huge capacity and inventory, AER is able to handle any order, anywhere, anytime. Finished engines and parts are shipped daily by means of AER's vast fleet of trucks. As the trucks leave the plant, they pass by the building that houses the AER Vintage Car Collection. These cars have been lovingly restored by AER craftsmen. This sense of history, tradition, and craftsmanship pervades the entire AER organization and is reflected in the numerous quality ratings and awards garnered by AER Manufacturing over the last 40 years. And now a word from Bob McGraw, President of AER Manufacturing.
On behalf of AER Manufacturing, myself, and our 400 employees, I would like to thank you for taking time to preview this facility. It is our desire at AER to provide you with the finest quality remanufactured parts and services. If you would like any further information regarding our remanufactured engines and parts, please feel free to contact me or any of our sales staff. We thank you for your time, and we appreciate your business.
AER Manufacturing, a leader in technology, a leader in service, a leader in quality, a company committed to excellence in every aspect of its business, an American success story, and a company on the leading edge of America's transition into the 21st century.